Good afternoon. Today we're going to be in Proverbs 4 and 5, but I do have a little bit of a lengthy introduction devotional here that I'm going to read first, and I'll let you know when we get started in chapter 4 so you can follow along. Proverbs 10 begins a section of the book that contains many short sayings, distinct from the longer meditations found in much of Proverbs 1 through 9. One technique found in these short sayings is anesthetic parallelism, in which the second part of the statement contrasts with the first. We find numerous examples of these in Proverbs 12. The wicked are trapped by the transgression of their lips, but the righteous escape from distress. Fools see their own way as right, but the wise listen to advice. Some chatter on like a stabbing sword, but a wise tongue heals. These two-line sayings contrast the ways of the foolish or wicked with the ways of the wise or righteous. The resulting statements are effective, clear, and memorable. One of the reasons we love the wisdom literature is that the sages don't mince words. There is nothing mysterious about the observations they make or truths they declare with these sayings. These statements understand us. They tell it to us straight. The book of Proverbs is filled with passages like these. They give us practical ways to live life as God intends, and to avoid the ways of sin and harm. These proverbs aren't exactly comparing two different kinds of people, rather they are helping us discern wise and foolish behavior. They are describing the wisdom and foolishness, the righteousness and wickedness within each one of us, and the opportunities to exercise either one in the choices we make. Imagine persons who are so focused on accumulating knowledge that they become ignorant of how to relate to others. The wise become foolish. Or persons that are so obsessed with reputation and success that they turn into a failure in their family. Or persons that are so focused on living a healthy lifestyle that they develop an unhealthy sense of control and self-judgment. In these examples, it's easy for us to see that wisdom and foolishness can coexist within our hearts and minds, as can righteousness and wickedness. Not that we need these examples, we know it quite well from our own experience. That's what Proverbs illustrates for us through its contrast of statements. Proverbs cautions us to beware wickedness and fullness and to pursue wisdom and righteousness because both ways are in our hearts and both paths lie before us. These sayings help us see the paths more clearly and recognize righteousness and wickedness for what they are, but it is up to us to choose which path we follow. Okay, now we are going to get into Proverbs chapter 4. Hear, children, fatherly instruction. Pay attention to gain understanding. I will teach you well. Don't abandon my instruction. When I was a son to my father, tender and my mother's favorite, he taught me and said to me, let your heart hold on to my words. Keep my commands and live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Don't forget and don't turn away from my words. Don't abandon her, and she will guard you. Love her, and she will protect you. The beginning of wisdom, get wisdom. Get understanding before anything else. Highly esteem her, and she will exalt you. She will honor you if you embrace her. She will place a graceful wreath on your head. She will give you a glorious crown. Listen, my son, and take in my speech. Then the years of your life will be many. I teach you the path of wisdom. I lead you in straight courses. When you walk, you won't be hindered. When you run, you won't stumble. Hold on to instruction. Don't slack off. Protect it, for it is your life. Don't go on the way of the wicked. Don't walk on the path of evil people. Avoid it. Don't turn into it. And stay off it and keep going. They don't sleep unless they do evil. They are robbed of sleep unless they make someone stumble. They eat the bread of evil, and they drink the wine of violence. The way of the righteous is like the morning light that gets brighter and brighter till it is full day. The path of the wicked is like deep darkness. They don't know where they will stumble. My son, pay attention to my words. Bend your ear to my speech. Don't let them slip from your sight. Guard them in your mind. They are life to those who find them and healing for their entire body. More than anything you guard, protect your mind, for life flows from it. Have nothing to do with a corrupt mouth. Keep devious lips far from you. Focus your eyes straight ahead. Keep your gaze on what is in front of you. Watch your feet on the way, and all your paths will be secure. Don't deviate a bit from the right or the left. Turn your feet away from evil. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Bend your ear to what I know, so you might remain discreet, and your lips might guard knowledge. The lips of a mysterious woman drip honey, and her tongue is smoother than oil, but in the end she is bitter as gall, sharp as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lead to the grave. She doesn't stay on the way of life. Her paths wander, but she doesn't know it. Now, children, listen to me, and don't deviate from the words of my mouth. Stay on the path that is far from her. Don't approach the entrance to her house, otherwise you will give your strength to others, your years to a cruel person. Otherwise strangers will sap your strength, and your hard work will end up in a foreigner's house. You will groan at the end, when your body and flesh are exhausted, and you say, "How I hated instruction. How my heart despised correction. I didn't listen to the voice of my instructor. I didn't obey my teacher. I'm on the brink of utter ruin in the assembled community. Drink water from your own cistern, gushing water from your own well. Should your fountains flood outside, streams of water in the public square, they are yours alone, not for you as well as strangers. May your spring be blessed. Rejoice in the wife of your youth. She is a lovely, dear, and graceful doe. Let her breasts intoxicate you all the time. Always be drunk on her love. Why, my son, should you lose your senses with a mysterious woman and embrace the breasts of a foreign female? The Lord's eyes watch over every person's path, observing all their ways. The wicked will be caught by their own evil acts, grabbed by the ropes of their own sin. Those without instruction will die, misled by their own stupidity. Definitely did not mince any words. Now, for the conclusion of the devotion. There is no quicker way to utter ruin than our unwillingness to hear hard truths about ourselves or refuse to be corrected. Openness to critique is a discipline that draws the line between wisdom and wickedness. How might you be more open to helpful critique? It's a very good devotion for today. We will be back tomorrow, and we will be in Proverbs 6, and I hope